Justin Burkhart here on the John Mendola Show. We're talking Lakeland Lacrosse. Justin, let's talk about your role as a senior. What are you trying to do this year for the program?
You know, I'm really just trying to step up and help my team score goals as much as I can as being a midi. You know, I'm always on defense trying to help, defend the attack from the opposing team. I'm just trying to, and when we're on attack, just trying to get the ball and feeding it to my players so they could score. Even like Gavin Copa, he's one of the better scorers on the team, and he's been in the program a while since he was really young.
Obviously, there's a big difference with a lot of programs here in northeastern Pennsylvania.
Yeah, definitely.
Programs around 20 years, 15, 10, 5, and you guys, you're newer. What can you take out of every game? There could be a lopsided game, you guys are on the other end of it.
Yeah.
Or it could be a game that you guys won like you did last week. So take us through going through some of those highs and lows.
Yeah, so definitely when we lose games, we got to look at what we did wrong and look to improve on that and take that into the next game, focusing on that and trying to improve on it. And with the win last week, it was really a turning point for us. It was the first win in the history of Lakeland Lacrosse. And we took that, we looked at all of the ups and downs and what we really did good. And it was mostly shots. We took a lot of shots, I think around 43, 44, 45, somewhere around there. And that was a main turning point in our playing, actually. In some of the other games, we had a couple of 2, 3, 4, 5 shots, but really, you have to hammer that goal. And the more shots you take, the better chance you have at making a goal. So that was really a key factor that we improved on it in that game.
What do you look at when you talk about improvement? Like, take us through a practice and working on stuff, and then getting younger players used to some different things.
Yeah, so we like to funnel in the younger players during the practices, and when we do that, we want to get them as much reps as possible. So when they go into the varsity game, being that they're young, we want them to have that experience in getting pressured by the defensemen and certain things like that.
For you, let's talk about soccer. Playing soccer, what that experience is like for you.
It's been amazing the past 4 years. Last year, we went into the district and we went undefeated. I believe it was 13-0, and we lost in the second round of the playoffs, Wyoming Seminary 2-0. But we couldn't take that as such a defeat because that was the best season that Lakeland soccer has ever had since it's been funded.
You got a big family, so take us through the younger siblings and how they look up to you and what you try to do to influence them a little bit.
Yeah, I got Lauren, Carter, and Ava. Ava's definitely the most influential. She loves coming out to sporting events, and she's always there cheering me on, so she's definitely one of the big supporters in the family.
Math and biomed, a couple subjects you like, a 94 average. You're doing a great job in the classroom. Talk about how you balance that with athletics.
Definitely calculus this year, it's a little rough, but you got to stick to your studies and focus on them. And my biomed classes, big independent project for biomedical innovation. I kind of hammered that throughout the 3 quarters so far and was able to just present to some judges on that.
Let's talk about the next step for you. Do you know what college you're going to yet, or is that still in the mix? And as far as what you're going to study?
I've actually committed to Wilkes University down in Wilkes-Barre. I'm going for nursing there. I was accepted into the program, so I'm looking to leave there with a nursing degree.
Well, congratulations. And your mom, talk about her as a role model.
She's another big supporter in the family. She's always coming out to the games, making sure she's there, supporting me on and off the field, and even helping with studies, making sure I'm staying on track at school. So she's a big part.
All right, Justin, good luck at Wilkes, and I hope you have more success on the lacrosse field.
Thank you.
Christian Swat is with us from Lakeland. We're talking about the lacrosse program. Christian, tell us how you found lacrosse.
So we started lacrosse when we started the program 3 years ago. It was my sophomore year. Gavin Cope has been one of my best friends growing up, and he kind of introduced us to the sport. And a lot of me and my other friends were saying, if we ever got a lacrosse team, we'd play since we were younger. So as soon as we got the team, it kind of just gave us that urge to kind of join.
Let's talk about you're another soccer player, a lot of soccer, lacrosse.
Yeah.
What you like about that position you play, how that differs from what you play in lacrosse?
So in soccer, I played defensively. I started off playing defense in lacrosse. This year, we needed some more strength in the midfield, so I ended up becoming a midfielder this year. So this year, I ended up moving to midi.
Busy in school, FBLA, Watershed, talk about staying busy with clubs and different organizations.
So I believe that student involvement, being a well-rounded student, is very important. This year I'm the chapter president for the FBLA club in our school. Last year with FBLA I made states, got 9th place. This year I made states and got 6th place overall in the state. So I think being a well-rounded student is very important.
Well, if we could get that 5th year eligibility, maybe we can move up a few more spots. You got 2 brothers who are older who have influenced you. Tell us your relationship with them.
So my older brothers have always been there for me. They've always been striving me to do my best. They're always there if I need a helping hand. Growing up with them kind of has just given me the urge to work as hard as I possibly can to do my best.
Math, one of your favorite subjects?
Yes.
You like lunch as well, which is pretty cool. Talk a little bit about being a student athlete at Lakeland.
So being a student athlete at Lakeland, you got to really know how to balance your academics with working hard on and off the field. So a lot of it is work hard in school, go to practice, work hard there, and then get home, do all your schoolwork, and do the same thing the next day.
Once in a while you can have a little fun, right?
Yeah.
And your parents, talk about your relationship with them.
So my parents, again, they've always been there for me, always helping me get through hard times, easy times, always just being there for someone to talk to. Really been a big influence on my life.
Let's talk about that next step for you, where you're going to go and what you're going to do.
So I'm deciding whether to go to Penn State or Temple. I kind of want that bigger college vibe, but I'm going for civil engineering.
Two great choices. We wish you the best, Christian.
Thank you.
Chris Winkler joins us from Lakeland Lacrosse here on the John Mendola Show. Chris, let's talk about how you first got involved with lacrosse.
I started last year. Kind of just wanted something to do. I heard we were doing decent, so I joined.
How about learning from some of the seniors so far this year?
It's been a great learning experience. They seem to know what they're doing, so they teach me a
Talk
lot.
about your coach. He's been entrenched since his son was younger, and him bringing lacrosse to Lakeland, not an easy feat, getting the U.S. Lacrosse Association involved in everything. Talk a little bit about what he tries to do every practice and games as well.
He's been just a great mentor to all the new kids, including me, and even some of the older guys. He just teaches everybody fundamentals and like what to do.
Golfer as well?
Yeah.
What do you like about golf?
Just a relaxation of it, I think. It's fun.
Tell us about your game. Do you have a decent game, short game? Can you long off the tee?
I like to hit fairways.
Who doesn't, right? Let's talk about sibling you have, sister.
Sister, yeah, older sister. She goes to college at Penn State. She's been a good role model and a good supporter all through my life. Anything.
Math and engineering, a couple of ideas on where maybe you'll head down the road. You're only a sophomore, but could that engineering track be something down the road
Yeah,
for you?
definitely engineering.
As far as your parents, talk about their influence on you and what they try to do.
They've been good supporters. They're like through everything. I look up to them a lot. I just appreciate what they've done.
How about the fun with the guys? How much fun do you have?
It's awesome. This is another family that I have. It's just.
As far as measuring success, you guys got to win, which is great, but one of your teammates said, listen, as long as we just improve in certain areas, how will you gauge success this year?
Well, definitely winning another game would be good, but even just sticking together and doing what we can.
All right, Chris, we appreciate your time. Great to catch up with you.
Thank you.
Matt Phillips, a senior here on the John Mendola Show, as we continue the conversation about the Lakeland Chiefs lacrosse team. Matt, how long have you been playing lacrosse now?
For 3 years, since the program started up at our school.
What do you like about it?
I just like, forming a team. We made it all by, our grade made it could become a thing, so that was awesome, and just to see it grow more and more every year.
Probably a lot of first-year players, so I know you only have a couple years under your belt, but if there's something you could kind of tell these guys that are just starting out?
Yeah, just stay with it, stay patient with it. It's pretty frustrating at first, but you just have to stay with it.
Let's talk about the position you're playing this year.
LSM. I'm a midfielder. It's a lot of running, but I enjoy it. It's great because I got the best of both worlds with offense and defense.
How about carrying that big stick, man?
I rather it over the short pole, because I get to use it a lot more.
Let's talk about your brother Jake, who's older, your relationship with him, and maybe a little influence.
Yeah, he's a pretty big impact for me. He's grown up, went to college, got a job now, so I just keep on looking up to him to really see where to go.
You like math at school.
Yeah.
And let's talk about how you may use that in the future. Where are you going to go to school? What do you want to study?
I want to go to Bloomsburg, and I'm going to study clinical psychology. So, I don't know. Math really...
Could be some math in there with that psychology stuff, right?
Somehow.
How about your relationship with your dad? Talk about why he's your role model.
He's just a very hard worker, gets up 5 a.m., gets to work, just make sure he gets the job done and everything. He really shows me what to do and how to be a grown-up about it.
So being a chief and hanging out with the guys, how much fun do you have there?
Oh, it's a great time. It's a blast with all these guys. We really come together this year, and it's just so much fun, especially with all the seniors on the team. They really have a blast with each other.
All right, Matt. Good luck at Bloomsburg. I'm sure you'll have a lot of fun.
Thank you. I will.